O.T. Wells. I lived in Lenox Terrace, I believe it started in 1962 to about 1975. I was there before they completed all the units. I lived in building 10, which was, I call, the flagship of the whole complex. Lenox Terrace was different because it came in, I guess you call it, in the new era, sort of. Even though the Dunbar was almost contemporary with it. It just didn't have the, what do you call it, cachet that Lenox Terrace had. And Lenox Terrace attracted the Harlem, the intelligentsia, I guess you'd call it. Matter of fact, even Bumpy Johnson lived there. I think he lived in 470. He was an outstanding member of the underworld in Harlem, I understand. And also client of mine at times. And then, as I said, you had Percy Sutton, you had houses, you had other blacks of importance in Harlem lived in Lenox Terrace. They moved from the 555 and the 409s, and from other locations, Dunbar to the Lenox Terrace, and from Riverton. Don't get to Riverton. They moved to Lenox Terrace. Lenox Terrace was what I described as an oasis in the heart of Harlem. Before regentrification, before anything else was improved or redeveloped, Lenox Terrace was there. It had little square blocks of manicured yards and lawns, and parking areas secured, and play areas for the kids. And I enjoyed living there. I had a good relationship with everybody there. I think some of the outstanding events I had there, or moments there, I'd have a New Year's Eve party. It started with my son, O.T., we call Vac. He was born on New Year's Eve, and I started having parties there for him. Really, what had happened, my wife Jean was pregnant, and we couldn't go out to make the New Year's Eve round, so we decided to have a party at the house. However, she went into labor that afternoon. Therefore, we had to take her to the hospital. At least I took her to the hospital. She told me to continue with the festivity. I did, and we started having New Year's Eve parties. He was born about 11:45 that night. I think I must have been somewhere around January the 4th before I realized it, because I was celebrating. At any rate, in all seriousness, I went out to the hospital, and there he was. My son, Ozro Thaddeus Wells III, who we call Vac. We call him Vac because as an infant he had everything near the crib, he would just suck it up. So his full nickname was Hoover Upright Super Suction Maximum Roll was Vac McQueen Wells. That was too formal, so we shortened it to Vac. Well, in my building there was Harold Stevens, who was the presiding justice of the Appellate Division First Department, who lived there. There is our own renowned Percy Sutton, who became the borough president, and now he's known as the chairman. He's chairman of Inner City Broadcasting. He lives there. There was a colorful figure by the name of John Young, who was like Adam Powell's, one of his, I guess, lieutenants or captains or whatever you want to call him. He lived in that building. And Jimmy Booker, who was a noted columnist, who we claim worked for the CIA. He was in there. And there were other really friendly people, like one big community. Building 10 was. R. Livingston Wingate was there. And there was also John Hill. John C. Hill was there. William C. Chance Jr., who was probably Harlem's most noted criminal attorney. Was a criminal attorney, I mean attorney who specialized in criminal cases. Not that he was a criminal. William C. Chance Jr. As a matter of fact, I started off working with Chance. He was in Lenox Terrace, I think. He was in Building 10. Dr. Anna Hedgeman, she was in Building 10. She and her husband, beautiful people, very distinguished, beautiful woman. Dr. Anna Hedgeman. So Lenox Terrace was like a community there. And of course, Harlem Hospital right across the street there, and I have many friends who did the residencies there. And one of my very closest friends had done it there, and with Herschel Cochran, who became my roommate when I moved to Lenox Terrace, apartment 6U. I stayed there for a year and a half and 6 years, and then I married, and then Jean Wells. Jean became my roommate. She kicked out everybody else. But as far as Lenox Terrace is concerned, when I was there, there was a barber shop there next to 22 West. It was a restaurant. And the barber shop closed, and they opened up a bar, nightclub there. And up on the corner there, 132nd and then Avenue across the street. Well, one side of the street, on the southeast side, was a church. On the northwest side, there was Johnny Baron's bar. There was a bar there.